Good morning, McKenzie County, and welcome to the 13th episode of Season 2 of Living in McKenzie County Podcast. My name is Vawnita Best, and I am with the City of Watford City Community and Business Development. And today I have the honor of having with us, I think it's one of our favorite teams in the community. We have lots of wonderful teams, but truly the Soil Conservation District in NRCS is one of our favorites. I think some people have wondered, where did Daniel Stenberg go? And so we're going to be able to clarify and answer that question in quite a bit of detail. So welcome back, Daniel. We do miss you.
I miss you guys a lot too.
Yes, but we're glad you're here with us today. And we're going to talk about a handful of things, but before we get into those handful of things, we're going to go around the room and let the team with the Soil Conservation District and NRCS introduce themselves, and then we're going to get into some of the specifics of things we don't want to miss. But today is going to be all things conservation and natural resources improvement. So with that, we're going to go to our right. Nikki.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Nikki Darrington. I'm the District Conservationist for the Natural Resources Conservation Service for McKenzie County.
And I'm Daniel Stenberg. I'm the newest addition to the team, and I am the Urban Conservationist is the title, but really it's to focus on, as McKenzie County continues to become more of an urban community, we want to focus on not just the large producers, but also the people who have maybe smaller areas of land that they're using. And a lot of people use the term homesteading, people who are wanting to become a little bit more self-sufficient. We're working to provide resources for them.
Excellent.
We're so excited to have you on our team.
Yes, we are. We're very lucky.
Yep.
I am Karissa Frick. I am the business manager for the McKenzie County Soil Conservation District.
Excellent. So one of the questions one of the questions we get once in a while is, how do you guys do what you do? And when I say that, it's a little bit in terms of where does your funding come from? And what programs do you run? Because I think oftentimes people don't realize that there is definitely a local aspect of soil conservation through the SCD. And then also there are the federal level programs. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So I'll go first, Karissa.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. So we do get that a lot. People don't know the difference between our two entities, which sometimes we kind of enjoy that they think we're just all together, but we are very much different too. We work together in the same office. Our goals are the same. Our titles are much different, and our money comes from a very different spot. So I, like I said, work for the Natural Resources Conservation Service, which is an agency within the USDA. So our funding is all federal funding. I'm a federal employee, and we have a cooperative working agreement with the Soil Conservation District, which I will let Karissa explain in a little bit here, where they get their funding from. And so while my supervisor lives in Dickinson, their supervisors it's a little bit different for them. So our funding, like I said, is all federal. Our programs are all federally funded. It's all, political. Everything changes often. Right now we're learning our new programs right now with the new administration. And so we have quite a bit of different changes in our programs. Our most common one that most people in the community know is our EQIP program. EQIP is EQIP, Environmental Quality Incentives Program. It's a conservation-based program to help people help the land. And so I would say the biggest thing that we do in our office is not just our programs, it is our technical assistance. So when a producer walks in the office, their goal is, I need this to happen on my farm. I need this to happen on my ranch. So our goal is to go out, plan with them in the field, use our technical assistance, and just trying to figure out how we can make conservation work for them. So that's just a little bit about what we do. But I'll let Karissa explain what she does.
Yeah, so we have a cooperative working agreement with the NRCS, which means NRCS pays for our office space and also a majority of our computers. Daniel doesn't have a government computer yet.
He doesn't yet.
They pay for our computers and then also the phones and stuff. That's all within our agreement. We get our NRCS hours that we work for them paid back our salary. So we get an NRCS tech grant every quarter. So that is one part of our funding. Our other part is we levy county mill dollars. So we can go up to 2.5 mills. Right now we take 1. So we are governed by our board of directors, our SCD board, which is Kent Peterson, Kim Neprash, Will Austin, Perry Ecker, and Kathy Johnson. So just 5 local farmers and ranchers that supervise us. Nikki does our day-to-day supervising, and she's a liaison between then us employees and the board. So Nikki gets to tell them how we do.
Excellent.
But yes, we are a sub-entity of the state. So we're not – it's a little weird. We're not a part of the county, and we're not a part of the state either, but we're just our own separate little entity, but we are a sub-entity of the state.
Mm-hmm. And so people who don't know this, some of the local governing boards, for example, the JDA board, is appointed by the Board of County Commissioners, but your SCD board is actually an elected board.
Yes. So actually it's 3 elected and 2 appointed officials. Okay. So the elected terms are 6 years, so every 2 years we have an election. So we have 3 elected officials that are on the ballot every year, and then they get to appoint 2 yearly supervisors as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. It's kind of interesting.
So it's a really nice hybrid of federal and state, elected, appointed, and a lot of really great teamwork for the mission.
Yeah, very much so. And we pride ourselves on working so well together. We have a very large office now. For NRCS, it's just myself and Jason Andrews, who's a natural resource specialist. But then for the district, if you want to say the staff there.
Me and Daniel, and then Kara Dahl is our program manager. Marianne Gartner and Gracie Kuntz are our full-time district technicians. And then we have Susanna Duckworth, who is a part-time technician. And Lloyd Elvisher came back to work for us, and he's our conservation management advisor.
Lloyd came back.
Hi, Lloyd. Welcome back.
He couldn't stay away.
No, he couldn't.
We left him alone for quite some time, and then...
Which was like 2 years.
Yep.
Got him back.
Now he's
back.
back.
For those of you that don't know, Lloyd worked for the NRCS for 35 years and retired in March of 23. And then we left him alone for a couple years, and then he came back to us.
He did.
Nice. That's great.
We love him.
And then typically you guys host a CWE student as well.
Yeah.
Do you have one this year, and do you plan on one next year?
We don't have one this year, unfortunately. We weren't able to, but we do plan on going to the fair here shortly in March. Is it March 2nd, 3rd?
It's
4th. It's
4th?
within that.
It's that
next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
next week.
Next
Yes.
week, yes.
Yes, it is next
Yes,
week.
it is next week. And so we do plan on getting one for next week. but
We've loved that program.
it's
We've had a
such
lot of
good
great
program.
employees through the CWE program.
And
That's
some of them have
wonderful.
come back.
They have.
And worked for us again. So
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you have seasonal employment you're looking for as well?
We do. So our tree planting season is kind of strange because it starts typically April 20th-ish, April 20th, April 25th. So it's really hard to get those high school students because they are still in class, obviously, full-time. But we have some great kids. They are mostly homeschooled, and they have worked for us for a couple of years, and they love it. And we have a great crew. So
great team.
Actually, I think have a full crew.
I know. I feel like we
wonderful.
shouldn't even say that.
I don't
and
think we
jinx
should
ourselves.
say it.
However,
But if you want to work for us, you can still work for us.
if someone would like to apply, we will more than happy take your application.
Yeah.
At least come in if you see this, hear this.
Yeah.
Come into your
Yes.
office
Yeah.
and say hi.
Absolutely.
Yes, we always are accepting more help.
Okay.
More the better.
Very cool. Very great. Well, on a day like today, we're not necessarily thinking about the things that will be coming up with a lot of your programming, but a good majority of your programming happens during the growing season or right before the growing season. Before we launch into your annual programs, let's talk real briefly about an event you do annually in January, which is Cowgirls in Conservation. Let's talk about that because you just had a really great, successful just recently. It was wonderful. And then we'll get into a big, huge event coming in the spring. And then we'll also talk about your seasonal programs. So let's start with Cowgirls.
Oh my goodness. It's my favorite thing to talk about. It's our baby. We have grown it from, our goal was 30 women at this event. And now last year, bearing a snowstorm. It was around 150 women that were there. We sold almost 200 tickets.
Yep.
Okay. So because of the weather and the blizzard, we weren't able to get everyone there, and we totally understood. But it was so awesome. It was our 13th annual Cowgirls and Conservation event. We're so proud of that. Usually when people get to like year 10 with an event, it starts to kind of go downhill. But our plan is just to keep going up. So that's what our plan is. But we already have started planning next year. And so I think people think those events are just like, oh, we'll start planning it in December. But really, it's a full year of planning. But this past year in January here, we had Coach Kaya come. She was so great. If you guys haven't followed her on social media, she's a delight to listen to. We had her, and then we have the awesome thing we do of women in our neighborhood. It's women in our neighborhood that are doing art or a craft or, raising chickens or raising hogs or a garden, and just something that they are doing at home that we want to share with the rest of the women in our community. And that has been so well received, and we're so blessed with amazing women in our county as well. We also had the 4-H group come and serve our food. We are so thankful for the 4-Hers in this county. And we had it at the Egg Expo. They always treat us so well out there. It looked great. We did such a gosh darn good job with decor this year. Every year we have a new color and a new theme. And this was Daniel's first one. And I think he was,
he looks unsure.
Like he had fun. He looks like he had fun.
He enjoyed it.
Well, typically the 4 men in the room get
They do.
called out a
do.
fair amount.
bit
So
bullied.
They do.
I understand your hesitation, Daniel.
Yeah.
And just to kind of call you out a little bit, Vawnita.
no.
So every year we have a woman in conservation. Is that what it's- yeah.
Women in
WIC.
conservation.
I forget it every year. Women in conservation. And this year was, we were so lucky to be able to award my mom the award, Kay Thompson. It was such a special moment. I may have shed a few tears, but I got it out. It was so special. But last year we were able to surprise Vawnita with that award. And it was so fun for us. Maybe not so much for her, but
I was incredibly honored.
Yes.
Incredibly honored. I'll run around with a baseball cap on Sundays, and I did that day, not expecting it.
you were busy.
Thank you guys.
That was the
very
first
honored.
year we had surprised someone.
Yes.
And so we were so excited for the surprise.
We were.
Until I
And-
walked in the door.
No, and we were
I knew
we were
when you
a
walked in
little-
the door. I was like, "Oh no!"
she has to go on stage later. She's gonna kill us.
Your sister said, "She's going to kill me."
Or I could be a little more observant and be like, why is my sister driving all the way over? Anyway, it was wonderful.
It was.
It is
And
fun.
I think that the women you recognize each year are super appreciative, because
We're super
oftentimes that's a little bit of a role in the back, supporting others and
Yep.
things
Yep.
like that. So
Yep.
as a recipient, I appreciate it very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes.
And this year, we had our theme picked out for a long time, but we did not know how it was going to look or what we wanted the room to look like. And we struggled
We did.
for a long
The first time we ever struggled. And then we also had the furlough.
So
If you guys don't know what a furlough is, it's when the government shuts down and Jason and I don't have jobs. So we had
Forced
to be at
vacation
home. Forced
Forced vacation.
vacation.
with a lot of stress.
With
associated.
a lot of stress associated while the district kept on working. And so that was hard on them. But they had to make some decisions while we were gone, and they just ran with it, and it turned out amazing. So we were so happy with how it turned out.
we were so fun.
So for those women, actually the two events that I get the most feedback from in our community, I mean, there's the things that happen, but like when you have somebody that you're talking to that's fairly new to the community, if it's a woman, they're like, Cowgirls and Conservation is that night out that like
I
they
love
appreciate and they network with each other and invite each other. So that's great. And then the other one is Rib Fest. So like I hold that annual
you.
event up there with the Rib Fest where we
Wow,
get
that's an
8,000
honor.
people on Main Street.
Yeah,
but
that's an honor.
for that group,
And
that group of women.
That's what we love is the group of women that we get is so diverse. It's not just farm and ranch wives, which is cool.
Yes.
We have the Momco group that comes every year. There's different church groups that come together. And it's fun to see everyone buy their tickets together and say, can you save us a table or save this group a table? And I think it's cool because it's not just for farm wives. It's just for women in general that live in our community or any community. And that's what I think is so special about it.
Have you announced the date for 2027 yet?
No.
Okay. And when you do announce it, where will it be? Will it be on your Facebook page?
Yeah, Facebook page is the easiest way to hear it.
And what is that Facebook page? Now we're testing.
Great question.
It's the McKenzie County Soil Conservation District.
Perfect.
We also have a website.
We do
that
have a
would announce
website.
it
We
on.
will put it on the website.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And when do
very
you
nice.
anticipate announcing
That's
it?
great
Early
question. Yes, as soon as the sports schedule for next year comes out.
fall? Oh,
We don't
good
want to compete
thinking.
against sports, and that's what the hardest thing is
Yeah.
to find a date in McKenzie County because there's always something going on.
We try and incorporate Alexander's schedule and Watford's schedule and everybody's schedule so that it's conducive to every part of the community.
Yeah. This year we had it at the same time as a really awesome fundraiser, and we really don't want to do that. We don't want to take away from people at the fundraiser, and we want those people to come to Cowgirls. So yeah, we just have to do some digging to see what the best date is for everybody.
It will be in January.
Yes.
Okay.
January of
Yep.
27.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
So you can drag the keynote speaker from their warm climates other places. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
She
they
was
do complain
great.
about that.
She was. She has a card. She has a card.
She was super fun. Cool. Okay, well, now we know. After the sports schedule comes out, you'll announce it on your
We will,
socials.
yes.
And you have room. You're in the Egg Expo now. There's quite a bit of room
Yeah,
there.
we can continue to grow.
Yes,
Hopefully we have 400 people someday.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, it's a great program. It's just a great night of fellowship and connecting and enjoying each other's company and making fun of the 4 men in the room.
That's right.
We try to be nice,
You do a pretty
Nicer.
good job.
but I always have some sort of joke I have to plug.
Have to
It's
joke
just
a
fun.
little.
Yeah.
Nikki tells great jokes.
I'm the worst joke teller.
You're pretty funny. You make everybody laugh. You're pretty, sometimes self-deprecating, but still very
Yep.
funny.
I do that.
That's
I
good.
did get for Christmas a book of really bad jokes, like a dad joke book. So I'm
From
keeping that.
Why?
From my mother-in-law, actually.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm going to use that. I already got some marked. So stay
good.
tuned.
That's
January
good.
27. You'll hear them.
perfect. Heard it here first. The jokes are in the making.
In the
in the
making.
works.
Yeah. Okay, so love that. Let's talk real briefly before we start talking about Daniel's big event that's coming up this spring. Governor Armstrong announced a new initiative recently, and we were talking a little bit about it before the cameras started rolling, and I know virtually nothing about it, but you said you have gotten lots of questions, so let's share that out to the listeners from North Dakota, and especially those in the area.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so it's called the Governor's Legacy Soil Health and Habitat Program. So it's a cost share program to help people plant cropland back to grass or marginal cropland back to grass. It can be small acres, it can be large acres. It's really up to you. It's a 5-year agreement to establish and manage the grass. It's not for haying, so it's not for haying. It's not intended for grazing, but the SCD board or SCD staff can look at it and decide, oh, yes, aftermath grazing, fall grazing would work really well here. And so in most cases, that's probably what we'll do. The first year you get paid $100 per acre for the seed and establishment. So it's $100 per acre. So a really nice cost share chunk there. And then for the following 4 years, you'll get the annual rental payment based on the average county rental rate, which I believe is $29 an acre. Is that what we decided?
That is correct.
Okay, so then from there on out, it's $29 an acre for those 5 years. And then, I forgot about the $10 per acre crop insurance premium reduction for every acre of perennial grass established. So there are a lot of incentives, and it's a really easy application. You just fill out an application. We at the SCD or NRCS can make your grass mix tailored to whatever you need, really. It's a great way to get some grass planted.
So here's a question for you.
Sure.
And maybe I'm running out of bounds or getting too technical because I have enough farming background knowledge to
Yeah, you have some.
ask the wrong
Geez.
questions.
Just a little.
Just a little.
How does this complement CRP? Does it roll expired CRP into a reseeding opportunity to better what is currently in CRP. I'm personally not a fan of CRP. There's a lot of issues with it, so I'm trying not to conflict those personal opinions. But how does it work with CRP or in replacement of CRP in a future chapter of?
A great question.
That is a great question.
That's the program does kind of sound like CRP. It's nearly the same thing. However, this does say for new grass plantings.
Okay. So something that's currently
in crop
farmed,
is what
cropped, tilled.
Correct.
Yes.
So if it's existing CRP coming out, this is not the program for you.
Right.
Okay.
However, there is a new CRP sign up coming up. I think continuous is going right now, and then general CRP is going to be a little bit later in the year.
In the middle of March.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this would not be the program for you for CRP coming out.
But if you have cropland that you have always wanted in grass, it's a great program, good cost share, and then you do get paid for those 5 years. And if you ask the SCD, you can graze it. However, you just can't hay it. That's the one hard
SCD
rule.
will come up with a plan for you for
A
that
grazing
grazing.
plan. Yep.
Another thing, that $29 an acre is for is current, but they are working on getting those changed. So it might change. So that is what we currently know the rental rate to be.
Okay.
And
So
that's
I
specific to McKenzie County then too, right?
That is
Different
correct.
counties are different. Right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so if you're in a different county, it could be different.
Okay, so in McKenzie County, if you have marginal cropped land that you would like to improve the soil health, this program would allow you to convert that over and still implement a working lands plan that doesn't conflict with the habitat that the goal is to foster.
Right, and it is in partner with North Dakota Game and Fish. So if you open up this land that we seed back to grass, there's a $15 extra payment per acre if you open it up for plots. So a few of our producers have been very excited about that other additional $15 and opening up for plots, and so that's an option too to get another boost in your cost share.
Okay, so let's clarify this because my assumptions were that it automatically got rolled into a public access piece. So let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, that's what's, I guess, so nice about the program is you do not have to open it up for public, but if you do, they do incentivize you for that.
Yes, it is your decision.
Okay.
And that has been a big question. I think why people were shying away from it at first. But from what we understand and have been told, that is your decision. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so there's the first reimbursement piece, which is specific to soil health and habitat fostering. And then there's the second piece, which opens it up to plots access.
Yep.
Correct.
If you want.
Interesting. I'm learning things.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys are here.
Yeah, and so it's a super easy application. You can find it online or stop in our office and we can help you fill out an application.
That's wonderful. I know in this world today you can Google it and map it, but just generally tell people where you're located.
That's good.
That's a great idea. What is our address? 109 5th Street?
Yep, Southwest.
Southwest. 109 5th Street Southwest. We're in the gray building and the basement floor on the left-hand side. On the south side, you can park. If you guys don't know what the gray building is, Johnson and Sundin Law Office is upstairs. We're on the bottom floor. So come visit us.
So it's
we'll usually have treats
just
on the
north
table.
of the new cancer treatment.
Yes.
between
there you
McKenzie
go.
Health's new sign for their cancer treatment center
Yep.
and the courthouse. In
Yep.
between those two.
We're right in the middle.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, does the public need to know anything else about the legacy program?
The first batching period or application period ends, I believe, at the end of this week. So stop by and fill out an application sooner rather than later.
Visit with you guys.
And then there's another one that opens in March, I believe.
Okay.
So there are 2 different sign-up periods.
And March will be ideal because this will actually drop. This will drop on the 3rd.
That's
But
right.
Karissa,
That's right. We didn't know.
We're playing mind games with you right now. The recording
There is
versus
another
the drop.
one in March.
March.
Yes, there is.
Come visit you guys in
Come-
March.
Come
In
visit
March,
us.
yeah.
Visit in March.
The other thing, too, I just want to touch on is the Soil Conservation District is really good about creating a grass mix that is for your land. So while there are a lot of canned mixes, okay, this is best for the ditches, this is best for dense nesting cover. What our district will do is say, okay, what will this piece be used for? And they will tailor make a grass mix for you. So
custom made. Daniel got to be a part of a very riveting grass mix conversation this morning, and it incorporates all of us have an opinion. And so just bouncing the ideas off everyone in the office, the way they see grasses differently. It's really cool. So it is a custom made mix to whatever you need. So that's really cool.
good.
Well, and there's a lot of merit in that because with our operation, we are probably a generation ahead of what this program would bring. But when you get into the discussion with my husband, he too has opinions on grass mix. And I would say what we were using for Equip 15 years ago is probably much different than how technology has brought forth
That's a good point.
better mixes. And
That's a good point.
yeah, so
Yeah.
he has opinions that we don't need to talk about. But
love
I hear
opinions.
about
We do.
them. And it's all good. So
Yeah, we love opinions.
yes.
We
love
love to talk
grass.
grass. Yeah, we love all different kinds. And
What's your favorite? Daniel, what's your favorite native
I'll
species?
say big blue stem.
That's a good one.
Pete loves big blue stem. Hates little blue stem.
yeah, a lot of
the
people
blue
say
stem's
that.
bad.
I
That
love
one.
buffalo grass
Oh,
Interesting one.
that is interesting.
because of the protein value, but
Okay.
it's not it needs a lot of
Yeah, you need a lot
additional
of it.
complementary species with it.
That's good.
Yeah, what's yours?
I don't know if I have a favorite grass.
Mine's big blue stem also. I love big blue stem.
I'm going to say side oats.
Oh, I like that
Oh,
too.
yeah,
It's so
that's
cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
A little dainty.
Yeah, a little dainty.
The eyelash.
The
Bluegrass.
little eyelash.
Yeah, I love those.
Okay, sorry, public.
Yeah.
We got
See, we could talk about
distracted.
grass all day.
Okay, so the next thing we wanted to talk about, because I think this has been quite a bit in the planning process, and it's exciting and something that is, I think, new to our area. But there is an event coming up called the Prairie Roots Homesteading Summit, and Daniel, would you please share with us what the public needs to know? Dates, programming, what you know so far. I'm sure it's still in the working stages, but share with McKenzie County all you can regarding the upcoming Homesteaders event.
Thank you. Yeah, so the Prairie Roots Homesteading Summit will be May 15th and 16th, 2026 at the Egg Expo. My wife and I were able to attend a homesteading event in Virginia a couple years ago, and it was at a fairgrounds in Virginia, and they've been doing it that was probably their 6th year doing it. But really, I was like, man, we've got the facility here in McKenzie County. We've got people in the area that are interested in this homesteading thing. I went and talked with the Egg Expo, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. And so we've been working on this for quite a while, but really, so homesteading, meaning people that aren't necessarily growing things for sale, but more for their own self. And then they might be selling it, but the idea with homesteading is just becoming a little bit more self-sufficient with foods. And so what this event is going to be, May 15th and 16th, is we'll start out each day with a keynote speaker, and I'll tell you a little bit about each of them. But then after that, we're going to have 3 concurrent sessions throughout the day on a variety of skill building opportunities. And so skills, it could be cheese making, it could be soil health, it could be, let's see, I've got them written down here. We've got rendering beef tallow. We're planning to break down a pig carcass one day, and then the next day make sausage with it. Justin Rhodes is one of the main speakers. He's going to butcher a chicken with minimal equipment one day, and then the next day, Sophia Ang is going to make bone broth soup with it. Do a foundations of fermentation, family milk cow, homesteading real estate, and home security.
Interesting.
One of our speakers he's West Point grad, and he's focused on setting up your home. So he was in combat in Iraq, and so it's kind of that logistical mindset of how do you create a little bit of redundancies on your place in terms of if you have an emergency that happens, weather emergency, different things like that. So that'll be an interesting talk as well. He actually was at a homesteading conference and was very popular, very well received. We'll do a talk on sourdough, beekeeping. We're going to do a beekeeping intro each day on that. Home remedies with herbs. And let's see, Janelle Anderson is going to be doing cheese making 2 days. So she has lived in Western North Dakota, and she'll be back for that, and she's helping us with that. So we're excited. The two keynote speakers that I want to tell you about is Justin Rhodes, and he's been homesteading for probably a couple decades and has a large YouTube following. He's pretty entertaining. I mean, he has good content, but then he presents it in a pretty entertaining way. He and his wife are going to be here. And then we have Tim and Sophia Eng, and they were in Silicon Valley during COVID and just kind of did not enjoy being in an urban area during COVID, and just kind of like, we want to have a little bit more control over our lives. And so they've chosen the homesteading route, but very, very accomplished people with a lot of different backgrounds, and they have a real estate background. They've got a lending background, a marketing background, and then they're learning all of these things like having a milk cow and things like that. And so they're a little bit more newcomer, and they had to move to a new community. And so I think that's going to resonate with a lot of the McKenzie County people that have moved here from maybe bigger areas. They can talk a little bit about what their experience was coming to a new community and looking to homestead. But yeah, she's big into cooking. He's into security, and they're going to bring their 2 daughters as well, because they don't, and this is one of the things that we've heard, is that they don't want to just raise their kids to be ready for the 1820s, in growing things. They're teaching their kids coding. They're teaching their kids, how to live in the modern world, but just not to be overcome by it. And they want to treat their kids in such ways that they have agency, so that they look at problems and don't just run away from problems, but they go and see, how can I solve this problem? So super excited. Like I said, both of those will start out the day. Everybody will be in the same room to start out the day with the keynotes. And then the rest of the day, it will be people can pick and choose what fits their interests the most. And we'll have exhibitors as well, talking a variety of things. And so, yeah, we're excited about it, May 15th and 16th at the Egg Expo.
It is
It
exciting.
is. You've told me a few of the stories about, for sure, one of the keynotes, the Tim and Sophia, and the stories are interesting in themselves, which I'm sure they'll share that as part of their keynote. But here's what I'm going to say. For somebody, I'll use myself as an example, who grew up on an operation where we were forced to have a milk cow and forced to weed the garden, and walked away from that saying, I'm never doing those things again. But can you share what the value is in people who maybe will never engage in homesteading themselves, but what's that value in attending? Because I think there is strong value, but I think it's good for people to hear what that is, because I think it's just good.
To me, I think it's just becoming a more educated person in the world. Because when Faith and I went to presentations and we're not doing what they were talking about either. I mean, it's just you have to pick and choose. You can't do it all. But you just understand a little bit more of what goes into different things. And so, so it could be just becoming a little bit more well-rounded. I mean, you don't have to, after you go to a fermentation class, you don't have to go brew all of your own things afterwards, but you understand the process a little bit more, and you just become a little bit more educated in how things get made, where your food comes from, things like that.
And that's the homesteading movement has become such a big thing in our community. We have a homesteading network, which is different than the summit, that we host nearly a monthly meeting for, and just getting to hear different people's stories about like how they started and why they started. It's cool because before Daniel started working here, we didn't really know what the word homesteading meant. I'm sure your homesteading is the same as what I thought homesteading was too, you know? Yeah, get here and build a house with your hands. But like having that self-sufficiency and getting to connect those people and show them different and new skills, I think has been really cool, something really cool that you've been able to do.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Just for an example, this is so neat. Our last Homesteading Network meeting, there was people that exchanged chickens in the parking lot. And it was kind of like, this is what we wanted. So just to kind of back up a little bit to kind of, say, hey, Andrew, who's Andrew? Daniel is here now. Why is he here? Let's just back up and say
that's a
to
good
Tish.
point.
So back in October
Yep.
of 2024, we had our local lead meetings, and we had 4 around the county, 4 of them. And what we do is we go ask our community, McKenzie County, what do you want the soil conservation to focus on? And so one of the biggest things was we want a neighborhood network that says, where can I go to if I want to learn how to grow a garden? Where can I go to if I want to plant cover crops and graze them? So the neighborhood network is a huge thing that we are working on. But the next thing that they really wanted was more education about homesteading. And so the rest of our staff was so busy doing all of our other programs, we were like, well, we just can't focus on that. We can't focus on that urban area right now. There's other urban conservationists in the state, in Bismarck and Fargo and Grand Forks. We were like, we're too small for an urban conservationist. But then when we started talking to more of our producers, and the board is very forward thinking, they were like, maybe we hire an urban conservationist. And hence Daniel came into the picture. And so it's been really cool. He started in actually during furlough, which was so horrible. I felt so bad for him. Started during then, and it's just been great ever since. And so we do get confused sometimes. The Homesteading Network is what the SCD is doing to encourage people to get together. But those people are probably the same people that are going to be going to the Homesteading Prairie Roots Summit. So we're very excited to have Daniel here. He's already started a lot of different ideas.
He teaches us new things every day.
He really does. He does teach us a lot. So it's been great.
Yeah, and then to just say the network is something that happens. It's very local, and it's not the summit. It is every a couple months we have people get together. We've had people come talk about beekeeping. We've had people talk about poultry. We've had greenhouses.
Yeah.
A lot of different things. So it will be a different topic each time. Watch our Facebook to learn about the next one, but the next one will be April 1st. At 5:30.
Do I dare ask, do you submit these to WatfordCityEvents.com?
Of course.
You do?
Of course.
You do? Okay,
I've been in
perfect.
this
Can you
building
see that I
way
don't
too
get on that event space as often as I should?
I always see it on there.
Good.
Kind of wonder who puts it on there. It's Daniel.
Oh, perfect. He submits it,
Yeah,
and
he's
Jess
great.
loads it.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, good. And those are, you said quarterly or every?
About every 2 months. Our
Okay.
goal is to have 6 this year.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have to pay better attention because
They're super fun.
Are
We
they?
have
Really
good
are.
food.
Okay.
It turns into visiting. They
Yeah.
present, and then
So
we
much.
visit and exchange chickens and
Good
gardening
connections.
stories.
Yeah.
Connections. It's all about connecting. Our county is really big, if you guys haven't noticed, and I don't think other counties in the state of North Dakota understand how big McKenzie County is. And so people that are from north of Alexander don't know people that are south of Grassy Butte. So how do we get those people to interconnect and network? This is a way that we're trying to get that to happen.
Well, and I will say this, it's connecting producers that are a little bit disconnected just because
Absolutely.
of geography. And then also, our newcomers, 15 years ago, the county had a population of 5,000 people. 1,200 of them lived in Watford, and, it was rural, the rest. But now we're at 15,000 people in the county. And when you talk to people about part of the reason they relocated here, it's for that rural opportunity. And typically those are small acreages, and they want to explore all of those things.
Yeah.
You talk to people, it's like the first time they've had chickens or the first time. And
Yeah.
so I imagine there is a lot of strength in being able to share ideas and production practices.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been really fun.
We've really enjoyed it. We've met a lot of really cool people too.
We have.
Very cool. And so with the summit, if people want to register for that, where do they find the registration form? How much is it? Like, what does that involve? The things that they would need to know.
So for Prairie Roots Homesteading Summit, go to the Ag Expo website, mcagexpo.com/homesteading-summit. And that will tell a little bit about the event. And then there's a link there that says buy tickets. Tickets are currently $55. The regular price is $65, but we are still in the early bird zone right now. So you can get the $10 discount if you purchase them now for $55.
What's the last day of the early bird?
I think it's the end of April.
Okay, so there's a little time.
There's a little bit of time, but please don't delay.
Right.
It
You'd
helps
probably like to know.
It helps with planning if
Yes.
people will get their tickets now. We just want to, with the first one, there's always hiccups, and we want to have as few hiccups as possible. So if you're interested, please go get your ticket now.
Well, Coy, we're committing to this. We'll make sure that link to find the tickets gets into the show notes. And Coy does amazing show notes with great amount of detail. So we'll get people right there.
We just have to say, too, Daniel has worked so hard on this summit that we really hope it's a success. If people knew how awesome this agenda was going to be and the people that are going to be there, everyone would go. So
Yeah, before you introduced us to Justin Rhodes, I had no idea who he was, and now I watch his YouTube.
yes,
And
he is great.
He's so funny.
He is.
So yeah.
What is his YouTube channel called if people want to kind of see what the keynotes are going to be?
Yeah, just search Justin Rhodes on YouTube, and he'll be the first.
You'll find
one
him.
that comes up. He has over 1 million subscribers.
RHOD.
Because you had a good point. RHODES, Justin Rhodes.
Okay, perfect.
And
Perfect.
the Ings are
Yeah, Tim and Sophia Eng go to ENG is their last name, but you can go to Call to Farms, and that's their website, and that's a podcast that they have. But then that will get you to all of their different ventures. I mean, she has a Vietnamese cookbook out. She's creating another one all based off of homesteading that will be released this fall, and you can buy real estate with them. They're a little bit of everything. They're fun to visit with.
So these two keynotes to the extreme would keep you out of being on the episode of Homestead Rescue. That's my familiarity with homesteading ventures.
That's
right?
funny.
I love that.
Do you watch that show?
So I've only seen clips of it.
Okay.
But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it because some of those people that are leading the Homestead Rescue are speakers that I've been able to attend.
Pretty neat.
So that's
Okay,
fun.
that's really cool. So Daniel, you've been to more than one summit, though.
Yeah.
You went to one, not West Coast, but out west. Was it?
One in Idaho last year. That was a great experience as well. Thousands of people come. I don't know that we'll have thousands in Watford, but we're gonna. We've got the opportunity for quite a few people to attend. So,
And some regionally, do you see differences from one to the other?
yeah, well, and that's why we want to do one in North Dakota as well, is just because we do have different growing seasons, even from Idaho to here, from Virginia to there. We wanted to bring in the keynote speakers, and they are from outside the area, but then all of the skills will be people from North Dakota. We've got Trisha Faring from Beach. We've got Peter Bartlett from Botno and his wife as well, Nicole Bartlett. People from Bismarck, Minokan Farm. Jaden Deckert will be here from there. And then Annie Carlson from the Washburn area. She's going to be the MC, and she'll lead a couple sessions as well.
She's so great.
We've got Sharice Nash from right here in Watford City. We've got Greg Stewart from Bismarck as well. He's did beekeeping for 30 years. And then Janelle Anderson, who's originally from here. And I think that's pretty much it for the breakouts as well. So,
Well, that's exciting to know more about the agenda because, I would have gone either way, but I listened to what the agenda is, and people are going to really, really appreciate that. That's a networking of all of the, industry leaders and kind of the trailblazers of self-sustainability. So on a smaller scale. So that's really cool. That's exciting.
It
Very
is exciting. I'm excited for it to
Get here.
be here. Yeah.
And the only thing I will say is the ranch will never have a milk cow again.
Can't do it either.
And probably not a garden either. But I will say when COVID hit and
Did you say not a garden?
Oh,
Really?
we have terrible soil.
Oh,
Like
well,
we've amended
okay, I
soil
get
where
that.
we need to grow things, but not around our house.
Raised beds.
I get it. Raised beds. There you go.
Couple years. Couple years we can do it.
No till, so then you
There
don't
you
have to
go.
pick weeds, as
There you
many
go.
weeds.
I do that. I have a very, very lazy garden.
A lazy garden.
It's a lazy garden. You don't have to, though. Here's the best part about not gardening. You can go to the farmer's market and buy awesome produce from the people that love to
Got a
garden.
great farmer's
To the
market.
Watford
Yes.
market, to Meadowlark,
Yes.
to Meadowlark. Like I did the chicken thing, and then I started calculating how much each egg costs, and I'm like,
Not doing
It's
this.
okay.
I'm
I'll
gonna
find
go buy
someone
them.
else.
another local.
There you go.
Someone
flock.
else is trying
Yeah.
to raise the flock.
Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
for
and
sure.
that is kind of the thing about homesteading is that you can't do it all.
Right.
And so
Right.
you pick and choose.
And you
I mean,
network.
And,
And
well,
you
I mean,
network.
And that's
Yes.
and that's exactly. I mean, and so it's like you figure out your why. Why am I homesteading? Is it because I want to teach my kids some lessons? Okay, well that's different than if you're looking to save money, and that's different than if
a
you're
good point.
doing it for health reasons. And so first understand your why, and then understand your time commitments. I mean, that's one thing that Faith and I have talked about. My wife was like, hey, we want to have honeybees, but we're not going to do it this year, and probably not next year. But it's a goal for the future. We want to learn about it now, but we just don't have the capacity to do that right now.
Yeah.
But she did start sourdough last year, and I'm very thankful that she did start sourdough
Me
last
too.
year.
So are we.
Because she's doing great with it, but we're not milling our own grain yet, but maybe we will in the next year or two. And so there's just a lot of different ways that you can enter this. Maybe it's just getting a cake mix in town instead of just buying the cake. Maybe you're getting a cake mix and you're making the food for the first time. Different things like that. It's entering where it makes sense for you, where your interests lie, and understanding your why for homesteading.
I love that. It's different for everybody.
Yeah. So you've obviously researched this a little bit, Daniel, not to drag you down the path that we shouldn't publicly on, semi-live mic. What do you do with your bees when you don't take them south in the winter? I assume there's a way
question.
to.
We just learned about this.
At a Homesteading Network meeting.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you got to feed them. I mean, they're a lot less active, but they can stay here. Just
Interesting.
get it more insulation.
Oh, okay. So they basically hibernate to some
Pretty,
extent?
yeah.
Okay.
They like swarm together and keep warm, and
Oh, interesting.
it's cool.
Yeah, we learned
Okay.
a lot.
We did.
Okay. So we'll learn a
They
lot
can
more
say.
about that at the summit, and you're doing
sure.
it in your networking
Right. Yeah.
events too. That's
Yep.
very cool. I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
This is us every day.
Yeah,
Cool.
We learn a lot every day.
That's great. I
Brain
love
is
it.
at max capacity.
She says that.
I do.
It's not.
I need to let go of some more information so I can get more.
purging.
There,
Okay.
I like
Purging.
that. I love to purge.
Cool. So, I do have an announcement right before the end of the show. The next thing we were going to cover was your annual programs, your
Yes.
producer programs that you offer
Yes.
season in and season out.
Yeah, so what we do, NRCS, we're all about technical assistance. You guys come in and say, okay, what is my soils here? What grass is going to grow? We are more than happy to look up your soils, make a grass mix for you, talk about conservation planning, make a full conservation plan on your ground, whether it be a tree planting or whether it be 45 practices. Everyone's is different. Everyone's goal is different. So that's what we get to do. We are essentially here to help people help the land. And the district, now that's where it gets so more fun, I should say. The district has a business plan that they follow that is made from the opinions of the county from our local led meetings. Our board helps put it into a business plan where they are able to offer services to help achieve these conservation goals. So with that, I will let Karissa go over our services.
So we are the implementing part of conservation. So we take what Nikki or Jason has done in a plan and we help our producers implement it. So one of our biggest programs is our tree planting program. Most people have probably heard about it. It starts actually the summer before we plant. It starts probably June or July of the summer before. We come out, we look at your soils on the ground, see what grasses are growing, what it looks like out there. That tells us a lot. We can pull up your soils online, but being out there and seeing what actually grows is huge. And then we will make a tree plan, whether you want 1 row or 15 rows, we can do whatever. And then we look at what species are compatible for your soil, pick those out. In the fall, we like it to be dissed. So that's some fall ground prep that needs to be done before freeze up. So typically in September or October, we do that. And we can do that for you. We have the equipment to do that, or you can do it yourself. And then the following spring, it gets tilled right before we plant for the perfect seed bed for weed barrier. If you don't want weed barrier, you do not have to have it, but it really is helpful getting those trees established and starting out right. Then we come in, we plant your trees, and that day or the next day, we lay your weed barrier over top, cut little holes in them for them. So it's $1 a foot with trees and fabric. If you don't want fabric, it's 50 cents a foot, and that includes all of your trees. We do have large equipment, so it is for conservation purposes. So we can't do smaller projects. Our rule is 40 acres or more. However, we still want to be able to help those people that do have smaller acres. So you can still come to us. We will still come out, look at your soil, look at your grass, see what's growing out there, create a tree plan for you. And then you can buy hand plants and the fabric and do it yourself. We can teach you how to do it, show you how to do it. We have all of those things for sale. So we still want to make that plan with you and help you implement it, but just can't machine plant it. So, and then also in the spring, we have our no-till program. So we have 2 John Deere no-till drills. They're 15 feet. Currently, it's $19 an acre to plant. We have different seasons of when we can plant different things. So different grasses need to be planted at different times. We have cool season and warm season grasses here. So our cool season, which is alfalfa, anything with alfalfa in it needs to be planted before May 10th. So the beginning of our spring is pretty hectic because we have a lot of alfalfa that people want planted in our county. And we actually have openings right now for our cool. I don't know if I should say that. Cool season, but we do. So if you want alfalfa, we can plant it.
So you heard it here.
That never happens.
No, yeah, we got through our wait list and everything this year. So yeah, stop by if you want some cool season grass planted. And then we also have warm season open, so native grass if you want that planted. And then we do cover crops in the spring and summer, so we have that going. And then we also have a corn planter or a row crop planter. So we can plant more than corn, but that's what we've focused on right now. And we have room in our corn program right now. That's also $19 an acre. And so a cool way to get different root systems growing within our county. Not everybody has a planter, so we love planting corn.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And we love that you plant corn.
Oh, good.
Good. We're so glad to hear that.
Your corn.
So a lot of what Karissa just mentioned, conservation can be expensive sometimes, right? And so that is where we're going to bop back over to NRCS. So NRCS has cost share programs to help implement the conservation programs because, like we said, conservation is expensive sometimes. So if it works with our program, we are able to apply for that and see if we can get an application going and a contract for you. There are some things that NRCS cannot cost share. And so then the board, again, being forward thinkers, they came up with a new cost share program. I guess it's been about 2 years now that we've had that. So you want to talk about that, Karissa?
Yeah, so our the district cost share program, a little bit different than NRCS, is focused on getting livestock onto cropland. So NRCS typically can't help with some of those cost share opportunities where the board said, no, that's one of the 6 soil health principles, so let's help the people in our county do that. So whether that be windbreak on cropland, it's like portable windbreak, wells, tanks, pipeline, fences, anything to help producers get cattle, livestock onto cropland. Yeah, we have a cost share application. It's super easy to fill out. There's no batching period. You can fill it out at any time. We take it to our monthly board meeting, and they just approve it. You can get up to $20,000 in a 5-year period. So then after 5 years, your $20,000 resets. And so a lot of good conservation has been implemented in our county with, we've done a lot of the portable windbreak panels. A lot of people are really liking them and spreading their manure out on their crop fields. It's great. And then we've also done quite a few pipeline and tank projects. So it's been a good program.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Well,
It's been going good.
without hijacking it, I'll tell you this. When my husband came to me and said, we're going to build a feedlot, I went, oh. And then when I saw what the feedlot was, which we have implemented your program, and he feeds the bulls each year on a chunk of cropland, and then
Love that.
is able to move, and you can
That's so
see the
cool.
difference
Yeah,
in yields.
that's what's so cool. You can see the
immediately,
difference.
the next
the next
season,
year,
so.
the next growing
That's so
season.
great. And you know what's so cool about it? This is just kind of tying everything that we're talking about back together. That's part of our networking, you know. So if you and your husband are part of that networking neighborhood network, someone that comes into our office that wants to plant cover crops and use a portable windbreak, well, who's done that? Well, you call Pete and Vawnita because they see how it works for them, how they make it work. Meanwhile, let's implement the cost share program through the district. Let's give you a grass mix with our technical assistance. It just all goes together. And that's what's so valuable about getting together and visiting about these things. You know, we could post about it on Facebook all day long, or you could look at our website, but just coming in and visiting with us is where it all starts to come together. Yeah.
And we do have a couple other programs. We have a tree enhancement program, which helps people maintain their windbreaks. So for 3 years after we plant those trees, we can come out and monitor in the fall, see how many are died, pull the dead ones, mark those holes. And then in the spring, for the first year, it's $8, then $9, then $10. For years 1, 2, and 3, we can replant those trees to create a better, more sound windbreak, because trees are gonna die, but just trying to, build that windbreak up the best we can. And then also we have a batwing mower, so we can mow like native grass fields or any grass field really that people need help with. And typically we do native grass fields through Equip because they have a requirement. And then also we have a land roller for rent and a 6-foot drill for rent, so people can come in and use them yourselves.
So going back to your CRP, if your CRP is going out, instead of going and turning it over, you can use this land roller to kind of knock off all those molehills and, you know.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Not at all.
It's really smooth. Smooth, yeah. I figured.
The species that love CRP.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, so
Nikki.
you can take it down, you can clip
I
it.
have no comment on that. What?
Yeah.
So you can essentially
clip it.
interseed or go in and seed it without having to
Yeah, absolutely.
to turn the soil over.
Yeah.
Yep. Just another
then
idea.
We also do soil testing. It's been a really cool program that has grown over the last few years. Mary Ann does our soil testing. She goes out into crop fields, takes cores, and then sends them off to Regen Ag Labs. And then her and Lloyd go over the test results. Lloyd spends time customizing these results to for producers to see what they actually need to put down or what their goals are for specific crops and stuff. So if you're needing some soil testing, Lloyd's a great expert at helping those producers.
Yeah, he's been so great.
And I assume, I'm making assumptions again, there's
okay.
lab fees with the specific testing, but,
Yes,
there
but
is.
you'll,
Yeah,
you'll provide the technical assistance
Yep,
to
we
analyze.
do the and so that's part Lloyd going over your test results, that's completely free. He spends his time he spends a lot of time researching a bunch of things about whatever crop you wanted. He would spend his time diving in to see what that soil needed for that crop. So we have a fee for just soil sampling, pulling the cores, but then we send it off to a lab, and there's just some lab fees. And then other than that, all the technical assistance is free.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people, maybe some people don't know that our technical assistance is free. So that's a really good point, Karissa. yeah, come in and ask us questions. It is 100% free. I could help 1,000 people in the day, or I could help no people in the day, and I get paid the same amount. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get paid more for wrangling up someone. It's just, we are there to help people. And yeah, come visit us.
Come visit us.
And if you haven't been into the office, it's a fun place.
I was just going to
Thank you.
say that. It is. We're so blessed. We have the best crew. Some days it's really loud in there.
Are there any days it's not?
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah, if
yeah,
it's-
Saturday.
if it's only Nikki and Daniel.
Yeah, some days Daniel and I are like, we're all alone. It's really quiet.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's not quiet very often.
Not very often.
But
We
love
get
it.
a lot done.
We do get a lot done. We
So
love it.
March is a good time to come in and visit with your
March is a
plans for
great-
the
Yeah.
upcoming season, the growing season.
Yeah, you can still order hand plants if you would like hand plants for the spring. The orders for those will be shutting off shortly just because nurseries will start pulling their stock, and then we'll go get those trees. So stop by to buy some hand plants.
Like, how shortly are we talking, Karissa?
Like
Mid-March?
Let's say March 15th.
Okay.
That's a great.
Haven't ran that by Kara.
No.
But
Okay.
Kara probably has a date. Yeah, they might start pulling if they don't have snow.
Snow,
They'll start
yeah.
pulling those trees soon, but
Okay.
So
we
sooner
never
rather
really
than
know
later.
until it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Daniel, did we miss anything on the Homesteader Summit? And I'm such a tough sell. I'm sorry, but it sounds amazing. And that agenda sounds amazing.
Incredible.
And so I'll definitely be there. No
Yeah.
guarantees on what'll come out of it on the back end, but it'll be really exciting to hear what's going on.
Yeah, no, we're just there to present the information, and people can take and leave what they want to take, and take what they want and leave what they don't want. So.
Yeah.
And it's super affordable. Like, that's a
Super.
wonderful ticket price.
No, yeah, the one in
That's
Idaho
nice.
was $150, so we're super excited. There's been some great grants that we've got from the local community to make it so that it is as achievable as it is.
That's great.
Okay, that's wonderful. And we're getting geared up for this season. Cowgirls in Conservation. We'll know more this fall.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. We're so excited about the next one. I say that every single year, but it's
We
gonna be
are.
great.
This one is, we already have a theme picked out,
Yeah.
and we don't typically have that till the middle of the summer.
No.
And so we're very excited.
It'll be great.
It will be.
Cool. Very cool. Very excited for 2026. And
Yeah.
of course, then 2027 will be here before we know it too. So we'll just keep rolling.
Yeah.
The one announcement that I had to make, and this is going to be really tight. So, and not necessarily because NRCS and soil conservation is here today, but it fits within the topic, and
Sure.
it's coming up soon. The Rough Rider Center is hosting the North Dakota Reclamation Conference coming up, and this will drop on the 3rd, and the conference is the 4th and 5th.
Third and
the
fourth.
3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
So you can hear this on a Tuesday morning, and you can say, it looks like winter outside. I think I'll go to a conference. And because we've had so much oil and gas impact and the need for reclamation in our county, they're hosting it here this year. We're excited about that because you can learn some best practices in terms of reclamation. And what often leads from responsible reclamation is then harvesting and harnessing more of the soil sustainability pieces and the conservation pieces. So
absolutely.
one can kind of lead right into the next. So if you
You
don't
bet.
have anything going on next March 3rd and 4th, run on up to the Rough Rider Center because you can register on location there for the reclamation conference. With that, what did we miss?
Man.
I don't think anything.
You guys do a lot of education programs in
Oh,
the school.
We do that.
My stars. Yes, we do. That's one of our favorite things. We say that about everything we do, but
Let everybody know so when their kids come home from school,
Yeah,
they do,
they know
yeah.
where this is coming from. Now they know they have a face to the conversation.
Yeah.
so one thing that we really pride ourselves on is we go to every school in the county. We are very much not a Watford City service. We are a McKenzie County service. So we are so blessed with the awesome teachers we have in this county, and they all allow us into the classroom. We go to East Fairview, Alexander, Horse Creek, all of the schools in Watford, Johnson's Corners Christian Academy, Mandaree. Did I miss any, Karissa? Okay.
And Watford City. Go
And
to Watford.
did I say Watford City
All of the
too?
Watford
All,
City.
all of the Watford,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
So all of those schools, we go to kindergarten through 5th grade, every single class in every single school. So we're very proud of that. We reach all of those kids and we try to teach them SWAPA, soil, water, air, plants, animals. And so each grade gets a different education. We have some contests. We have some activities. We have some field days at our land, at the Soil Conservation District land. And it's not complete without all the volunteers in our awesome community that help us out. But we have an awesome education program that I guess it's been about almost 15 years that we've had that going now. So, yeah, we're really lucky.
We are. Love doing that. We also have some adult education that we do.
Soil Summit.
We have the Soil Summit coming up tomorrow, which these people won't hear until after it's done. But
That's okay.
It's that we do every February typically. And then in June, we're at the fair. We have a booth and we do Farm Olympics for some of the 4-H kids, which they think it's so fun. And then in July, we typically do some sort of soil health tour or educational event. And then in August, we will do residue management training. So we stop by producers in the field combining. We give them a little cooler and a goodie bag with some information about residue. And then also in August, we do a garden tour. And then throughout the end of the year, do we do any more?
Man.
Your banquet.
Oh, we have a banquet in
A little banquet.
just a small banquet.
Just a little guy.
Hand out some annual awards and
Fun
yeah.
stuff.
So we do adult education. So if there's ever anything you want to learn about, we can typically make it into an event.
Wonderful.
We
So the key
love
to all
events.
of that is to come into the office.
Come talk to
come
us.
visit.
Tell us what you want.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, now did we forget anything?
No.
No, we're great. Thank you for having us. This was so fun.
Yeah,
to
this was
visit.
fun.
Thank you for coming to visit with us.
Absolutely. That was a good time.
So the next big thing, though, is the summit, the Homesteader Summit.
Yeah.
And so we will get that link to the Ag Expo out in the show notes so people know where to register for that. And with that, Coy, what did we miss, friend?
I think you're good.
Woo! Cool. Daniel, did you have one more thing?
I have nothing else.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for helping all of us learn how to take better care of our natural resources.
Love that.
We appreciate it. It's an amazing service that we have in McKenzie County. So thank you guys for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to sign off.
All right.